In April 1912, the giant RMS Titanic left on her first and only voyage. People called her the greatest ship ever built. She was a floating city. Luxury filled every deck. Grand staircases, beautiful dining halls, powerful engines, and a belief shared by many that Titanic could never sink. But on the freezing night of April 14, 1912, Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. At first, many passengers barely noticed. The ship still looked calm. The lights were still glowing. Music was still playing. But below the surface, icy water was rushing inside. Crew members realized the damage was catastrophic. Titanic could not survive. As panic spread, lifeboats were lowered. Families were separated. Passengers looked into the dark ocean. The temperature was deadly. Then, in the early hours of April 15th, Titanic slipped beneath the Atlantic. More than 500 lives were lost, and one of history's most famous ships vanished, gone, hidden in darkness. For years, the ocean kept Titanic's location secret. People knew the general area, but the Atlantic is enormous. Storms are powerful. The water is freezing, and the wreck rested nearly 3,800 meters below the surface, deep enough for crushing pressure and complete darkness. Expeditions searched. Experts tried sonar. Researchers studied old records. Ships crossed the Atlantic looking for clues. Again and again. Nothing. Titanic became legend, a ship everyone knew. But no one could see. Then came 1985. A joint French-American expedition headed into the North Atlantic. Leading the mission were Robert Ballard and Jean-Louis Michel. They had new technology, cameras, deep-sea equipment, a towed vehicle called Argo. But Ballard had an important idea. Instead of searching for the ship itself, search for debris. Because if Titanic broke apart, wreckage would be scattered across the ocean floor. Day and night, the cameras moved through darkness. Hour after hour, only black water. Then, late on August 31st into September 1st, 1985, the cameras found debris. Then a giant boiler appeared. There was silence. Everyone stared. After 73 years, they had proof Titanic had finally been found. And then, the impossible happened. From total darkness, the bow of Titanic appeared. Massive, silent, resting on the seafloor. Steel covered in rust, frozen in time. The world was stunned. For the first time since 1912, people could see Titanic again. Her anchor, her railings, the shape of the ship, a ghost in the Atlantic. But Titanic also revealed a shocking truth. For decades, many believed she sank in one piece. The wreck proved otherwise. Titanic had broken apart before reaching the bottom. The bow and stern were separated on the seabed. The discovery became one of the greatest underwater finds ever made. But Titanic was more than a wreck. It became a memorial, a place where history still rests. Shoes on the ocean floor, pieces of dishes, fragments of rooms, a reminder of real people who never came home. Even today, Titanic still lies deep in the North Atlantic, quiet, cold, slowly changing with time. More than a ship, more than a disaster, a symbol of ambition, hope, and tragedy. And after 73 years of silence, the Atlantic finally revealed one of history's greatest secrets. Titanic was found, but her story never truly ended.